So in this video, we're going to be working with finding the zero of a polynomial if one of those zeros is already given. Right? So for example, in this case, I have the function f of x equals x cubed minus 5x squared minus 7x plus 51, and that negative 3 is a zero. So that means that if I plug in for x, negative 3, I should have a zero, right? So using the remainder theorem, we can use the synthetic division right here to simplify that polynomial, to divide that polynomial by negative 3. So I'm bringing down the 1. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. Negative 5 minus 3 is negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 3 is 24. Negative 7 times plus 24 is 17. 17 times negative 3 is negative 51, and that's 0. Right? So now, once I do the division, I have my polynomial f as x squared minus 8x plus 17 equal to 0. Right? And it's asking me to find all the zeros, so that means that I have to simplify that. We are looking for two numbers that multiply and give you 17, and you add and give you negative 8. That's not possible, so we're going to use the quadratic formula. So b equals negative 8, c equals 17. So x equals the opposite of b, plus or minus b squared minus 4 times a times c divided by 2 times a. So x equals 8 plus or minus the square root of 64 minus 68 divided by 2. So x equals 8 plus or minus the square root of negative 4 divided by 2. So 8 equals 8 plus or minus 2i divided by 2. And now I'm dividing everything, so 4 plus or minus I. So my zeros, let's do the list here. My zeros are negative 3 and positive 4 plus or minus I. Okay, so I'm going to start by dividing because that's a 0. So 5, 1, negative 11, 39, negative 45. So I'm bringing down the 1. 1 plus 5 is 5. Negative 11 plus 5 is negative 6. Negative 6 times 5 is 30, or negative 30. 39 minus 30 is 9. And 9 times 5 is 45. That's a 0. So we're going to have x squared minus 6x plus 9 equals 0. And this one I can factor out as x minus 3 times x minus 3 equal to 0. So x minus 3 squared equals 0. So from here, x minus 3 equals 0. So x equals 3. Right? So my zeros are, in this case, is 3 with a multiplicity of 2. Why a multiplicity of 2? As you can see, I have that factored twice. I have that exponent 2 right there. Right? And my other 0 is 5. So here, let's start again. 5. I have 1, negative 1, negative 7, negative 65. Right? So 1. 1 times 5 is 5. Negative 1 plus 5 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 20. Negative 7 plus 20 is 13. 13 times 5 is 65. And this is 0. So x squared plus 4x plus 13 equals to 0. Now again, there's no two numbers here multiplying give you 13 and you have to give you 4. So quadratic formula, a equals 1, b equals 4, c equals 13. Right? So x equals the opposite of b, plus or minus the square root of b squared, minus 4 times a times c, divided by 2 times a. So x equals negative 4 plus or minus 16 minus 52, divided by 2. So x equals to negative 4 plus or minus the square root of negative 36 divided by 2. So x equals negative 4 plus or minus 6i divided by 2. So x equals negative 2 plus or minus 3i. So again, my zeros are 5 and negative 2 plus or minus 3i. So negative 3. So I have 1, 3, 0, negative 27, and negative 81. Remember that we are missing that x square here. Right? So 1, negative 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, negative 27, and positive 81, and that's 0. So here I have x cubed. Remember that we are subtracting 1 to the exponent. X cubed plus 0x squared plus 0x minus 27 equals 0. Right? In this step, I cannot use my quadratic formulas yet, right? Because this is a difference of cubes. So that means that I have x cubed minus 3 cubed equals 0. So from here, I have x minus 3 times the first one square plus the first one times the second one plus the second one square. So 3 squared is 9 equals 0. So x minus 3 equals 0. X equals 3. X squared plus 3x plus 9 equals 0. Right here again, I need to use my quadratic formula. So 1, b is 3, and c is 9. So x equals the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c divided by 2 times a. So x equals negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 9 minus 27 divided by 2. So x equals negative 3 plus or minus the square root of negative 18 divided by 2. Negative 18, I can simplify it as negative 9 times 2. So x equals negative 3 plus or minus 3i square root of 2 divided by 2. So here my zeros has to be 4 of them, right? Because my exponent is 4. So that means that my zeros are negative 3, positive 3, and negative 3 plus or minus 3i square root of 2 divided by 2. Remember that this statement right here, that fraction, that 0, actually there are two zeros because I have the negative 3 plus 3i square root of 2 divided by 2. And I also have the negative 3 minus 3i square root of 2 divided by 2. And that's it for this lesson. May the force be with you.